welcome to another episode of Daisy's World. And that's me, your hostess with the mostess. How's everyone doing out there today, this Sunday, October the 1st? Hooray! October has finally arrived as scheduled and coming to a town near you. So far this week, we've had some great weather here in New York. I don't know about where you guys are at, but we had like a mini heat wave, temperatures 90 plus for the better part of last week. But has a Friday night, like some kind of cold front came through, and the weather is now seasonable. And, you got a little bit of crisp, chilly weather out there. It's sweater weather, so it's sweater weather alert. But I'll take it. It's beautiful. The trees, the leaves are finally, getting into that those autumn colors. And as you can see, I'm sitting here in front of my fireplace. I started taking out all of the, the seasonal stuff that you do every year, the Halloween stuff. Thanksgiving is around the corner. I'm an empty nester. So, people will probably think, well, why do I still continue to do this? Definitely my husband probably thinks so, but I think he enjoys it. I know my children do. I'm going to be with the grandchildren for the Columbus Day weekend, and they like to see the house all spruced up and everything like that, so I continue those traditions. But anyway, it's been a really long week, right? All of this thing with the hurricane and Puerto Rico, I haven't been able to digest a decent meal in a week. It's pretty hard to get on with your life when you don't really know, what's happening with your family on the island, if they have water, if they have food. I mean, we did get some news through Facebook. One of our cousins, Carlos, definitely got a Facebook post that, the family in that side of the island, Aguadilla, Quebradilla, that they survived the storm and they're doing as well as can be expected. The only way that they were able to get out some kind of messages through the internet. For some strange reason, the internet works, but you do need a laptop and you need power. They have the generators, and as long as they have diesel, they can power up the computer and every couple of days get some kind of message out. But there's no still, phones or cell phones or anything like that. But anyway, I'll talk a little bit more about Puerto Rico later on in my segment. But, so far, so good. I mean, at least we're happy that we got some news out. But anyway, let's see what's happening in my world. I have chili. I'm cooking chili today. Daughter number 2, Lorraine, called me early this week and she says, "Hey, Mom, can I have your chili recipe?" And, it always makes me feel good when the kids call, for advice, recipes, whatever, warms my heart. So I was thinking today on Sunday, hey, if she got down with a chili, I'm going to throw down with a chili today. It's perfect, football, weather food, at least I think so. And it's pretty hard to make chili like for 2 people, just me and hubby. But I'm going to give it a try. I got my stuff already ready in the kitchen. So after I'm done here, I'm going to put that together and hopefully enjoy it over, the football games tonight. But anyway, that being said, let's see what's happening in my world. You could always comment and like below. Share what you're doing and, what do you do on Sundays. You can share anything, if you've heard from your family and friends back on the island, whatever's happening in your town. I'm going to share the same what's happening in my town. And let's see if we can, have some kind of dialogue. Anyway, let's see. Sports. Well, let's see today if the Giants, our New York Giants, can finally win a game. I mean, they've lost the first 3. They're at Tampa today, 4 o'clock game. So let's see if they can get together and win something. I mean, I'm not even thinking about a playoff spot at this point. Let's just see if the New York Giants, Big Blue, can come home with a win today. I mean, I think that, would start us in the process of this long road back that we got. But, I mean, it's pretty sad that we're sitting here with no wins. So come on, Giants, we're rooting for you. We haven't given up the hope. But win something. Win tonight. That'll be a great start. That being said, let's go over to the Yankees. Yes, Yankees got a playoff spot in the wild card game, which is on Tuesday. They open up with Minnesota. That's an 8 o'clock game. I think it's on ESPN. So 8 o'clock, the Yankees, all of a sudden, they started winning. towards the end. We thought we were going to be in trouble, but Aaron Judge, his bat woke up. I think the man hit a 430-foot home run the other day. I think he's got 52 for the year. So 52 homers and a rookie, I'll take it. But let's just wish them well, and hopefully they can, prevail on Tuesday's game, 8 o'clock, and start the ball rolling here. I know my brother probably has the juju beads out. He probably has the broom in the corner. He's a diehard. So I'm with you, Dan. Hopefully, the Yankees prevail, and we can have some playoff spots coming up, coming down the road. What else? Hey, finally, the Knicks have finally departed ways with Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo Anthony has left the building. Listen, I was one of the few folks, the few voices that were terribly upset when the New York Knicks decided to get rid of their whole squad, their whole bench, and pick up Carmelo Anthony from Denver back in the day. That being said, it's been a drought, okay? The Knicks needed someone. I mean, I'm not talking about Carmelo Anthony's skills. Yes, the man knows how to put the ball in the bucket, but that alone does not win you championships. We need somebody that's a team player. Like, pass the ball a little bit, Melo. Hopefully, he can't complain. They sent him off to OKC. I don't know how that's going to do with Russell Westbrook, who, likes to have the ball in his hands too. But you know what? It wasn't like they traded him away to some team that was in last place for the last 10 years. You know what? The Knicks need to start over again. Hopefully that Porzingis and a couple of new players, we get some fresh blood and we start winning some games. Truth be told, they meet OKC in their home opener, which is November 19th, I think it is. So that's going to be a game to watch. I know I'm going to be watching. Got the popcorn. I'm excited about the new season. I haven't been excited about the Knicks in a very long time. Not since Jeremy Lin came on board a couple of years ago and gave us a couple of weeks of winning and winning nicely. They basically bounced his behind off. Obviously there wasn't enough room for more than one star player, who shall be nameless. But you know what? It's time for the Knicks to get the act together, start fresh. I don't mind seeing a team build some momentum here, for the kind of prices they charge people here in New York to watch them at the Garden, and Cablevision too, to watch them here on cable. Knicks need to start producing a winning team. Okay, it's been a long drought, and we haven't had good basketball since Patrick Ewing wore the uniform. Patrick Ewing, Mark Jackson, Charles Oakley. That's the kind of basketball that I want to see, and I'm pretty sure a lot of New Yorkers would appreciate it too. So, let's just hope that the new season, starts well, and we get some wins under our belts. That being said, let me see what else is happening here in my town. It's apple picking season. The Apple Fest is coming up this weekend over at Oaks Farm up in Warwick in New York. And if you guys are interested in taking the kiddies, apple picking season, it's a great place to take the kids. You can pick your apples. They have the apple cider, the apple donuts. It's a great place. Lots of fun to be had up there. My kids go, as much as they can during the season. My grandkids like to go. And just a shout out to Oaks Farms up in Warwick. That's the place to be. I think the apple picking season runs till the end of October. So get your butt up there and pick some apples and have a good family fun with the kids. Let's see what else. Oh yeah, the new at Murray's, our skating rink here in Yonkers. Murray's skating rink, they're having a grand reopening this weekend. Supposedly they got some new ice in the arena and a lot of new stuff going on. We got a big new tele sign out there on Tuckahoe Road here in Yonkers. So get those blades out of the mothballs and head over to Murray's. That's also good family fun. It's, not very expensive. And if you like the ice and you don't mind falling down on your butt every now and then, Murray's is the place to be in Yonkers. If you're in the area, come down and check it out. Good family fun and, support your local family fun stuff in the area. Because, there's not a lot. And there's not a lot that's affordable too, but that's one of them. Anyway, getting into what's happening in the world of politics. Obviously, the Donald hasn't changed, still up in an uproars. He's battling the mayor of San Juan, Puerto Rico. Truth be told, in my opinion, I don't think she should be picking fights with somebody who's collectively, in charge of aid and FEMA and whatnots. I understand that people are saying that, the aid didn't get there as fast as it is, or that it should have gotten there. But people have to remember, too, that it's a logistical nightmare. Puerto Rico is an island, and, it takes time. I mean, let's be for real, mi gente. The infrastructure in Puerto Rico was coming apart long before the hurricanes got there. Okay, it's bad all around. I remember I was just there in December, and the power goes, the light goes, the water goes. Everybody has to, fire up those generators. And so, it's a logistical mess. But I think now aid is getting to the island. There, obviously there's still no communications or anything like that, but let's just continue to send our support. Do what you can do. Don't wait for the government to do anything. My best friend Wanda, my BFF, shout out to her. She and her people were over at the Marqueta Hispanic. They had a little thing going on for their hurricane relief. She was out there from day one, raising awareness, raising supplies, volunteering. I mean, do what you can do. And then, hopefully the government comes in and finishes, building and helping the people of Puerto Rico. But for the most part, we're going to have to help each other. And hopefully that'll, take the island and, we can get some semblance of normalcy back on the island. I'm sure the people over there are going to greatly appreciate anything that we can do to help them out of this situation. Also, I found out that the Republicans, as of yesterday, while everybody again is looking away, looking the other way with all this drama that we have, with the hurricanes and all of this stuff, the Republicans yesterday, just in your news, you can use, cut out a couple of big major portions of the budget. Basically speaking, they're eliminating the health care for low-income kids, eliminating loans for students, low-income students, eliminating community services, community health services. A whole bunch of that stuff is on the budget to be eliminated. So call your congressman, get involved. Obviously, they in charge of both houses of Congress, and Trump's still mad because they couldn't get rid of Obamacare for the umpteenth time. But let's hope that, we got people and voices that are also going to make sure that, people that need much needed services, this stuff doesn't get axed. So remember, vote, call your congressman, do what you got to do, make your opinions heard. That there's no way that, they can slice the budget like that, while on the other hand, giving tax breaks to upper 2% of the Americans in this country. 2% of people that really don't need any more tax breaks. Okay? Middle class people, working class people, those are the people that need some relief around here. Not, millionaires and billionaires, in the words of brother Bernie Sanders, people that are not asking for a tax break and frankly don't need any more tax breaks. Okay? People are hurting. Okay, a lot of that money can be used to help people in Florida, people in Houston, people in Puerto Rico, the Virgin Islands, people that are really going to need their infrastructure built from the ground up. That's where the money needs to be going, not to tax breaks for people that are not asking for it and frankly, don't need it. But anyway, that's my 2 cents on, what's happening politics-wise. Let me see what else is happening here so that I don't forget anything on my list. Supposedly, getting back to Puerto Rico, I'll have to give a shout out to that journalist that's been covering the island, David Begnaud. He reports from through CBS News. He has a CBS News segments at 6:30 every night. But the brother has been on Facebook Live. He's literally been all over the island. I'm talking about from San Juan to Aguadilla. He's grilling everybody in between, the governor, the mayors, asking where this is, why supplies aren't getting to where it's needed. I mean, if there's some type of award that's given, Peabody, the Pulitzer, whatever, David Begnaud is definitely nominated or should be nominated for covering the island from top to bottom. The brother's been all over the place. And he's like sometimes the only news that we can get. I know that lately, CNN and all of these other people, the Lester Holt, NBC, they just arrived. But David's been there from day one. and it's been much appreciated. I mean, I tune in every day, especially when we're not getting any word from our people on the island. He's been a lifesaver, telling us who's getting supplies, who's not getting supplies. That way we over here can pressure our people, our congressmen, our people that, are in charge, that, hey, the aid's not getting to, where it's supposed to be getting. But anyway, he's been a blessing, and thank you so much, David. Shout out. You're doing an excellent job, informing us what's going on the island on an everyday basis. And I'm sure it hasn't been, a picnic for him either. But anyway, thank you so much. That being said, Puerto Rico, like I said, I haven't been able to digest a decent meal around here in about a week. Even though I'm making my chili, it's pretty hard to eat and do the things that we take, for granted. Having electricity and cell phone and, power and, all the things that we do on a regular everyday basis that, we take for granted. And I don't know if my people are enjoying a meal. I don't know if they've got enough water. Like I said, besides an Facebook post that said that they survived the storm, we've got no other communications, none, zero. So, my thoughts and my prayers are still going out to my family in the island. Hopefully news gets out as as communications start to get better. I read yesterday, and this is through David Begnon's post, that 50% of the gas stations on the island are now operating or have gasoline. That doesn't mean that you're not going to find yourself on the line for hours, but at least 50% of the gas stations are operational, and that 30% of the phones are working. Landlines. I don't know about cells, but I got 2 aunts that their landlines work. Now, we can't get a message through every day, but every couple of days, they're able to pick up their phones, and you can talk to them for a few minutes on their landlines. So, hopefully this starts to get better, and, we got some good news. Now the holidays are fast, coming, and, I'm just not in the mood to really celebrate anything. I mean, like you see behind me, I already started pulling out some of the Halloween things, and, I'm trying to get into gear, but it's going to be pretty sad, to put a Christmas tree up when I don't know how my family on the island is doing. But, let's just, hope for the best. Hope that the aid gets to the people that need it the most. And, that, we continue to unite as a community, as a people, and help our own people. Because we're going to have to step up to the plate and do what we got to do to make sure that Puerto Rico gets to some sort of normalcy, and that, we don't forget about them. Because, we're famous for after it's not on the news and anything, then we move on. I mean, I know Puerto Rico is going through a crisis, but we got to remember too that Florida and Houston, has anybody ever wondered what happened to those people? I mean, the news has already wandered on to we live in this 48-hour news cycle. And people in Houston and Florida are probably still suffering. I mean, I know that in the Keys, they've gotten electricity back finally. And Virgin Islands too. Those people, they're not having a picnic out there. So, everybody con calma. Aid's coming. I mean, I know that we would have loved to have woken up in 2 days and everything is back to normal. But that's just not being realistic. The islands is a logistical problem, getting supplies and everything over there. The infrastructure was already bad before the hurricanes came, and that's just, people are sending aid, it's getting there, and, we can talk about politics and who to blame and all of that stuff later. After we've settled everybody in, people are safe, everything is back to normal, then we can start pointing fingers. Right now, I don't think it's a good idea to be pointing fingers. I think that we should just accept the aid that's coming, hope that our people, that it's going to the right places, and, hope and pray for the best. But anyway, so I guess that's it, mi gente. That's it for this weekend. Next weekend is Columbus Day. I got my grandkids here, so I hope to take some video and stuff. Most of my family will be here as well. It was supposed to be our pasteles weekend, but I don't think I'm in the mood to make the pasteles just yet. Maybe another couple of weeks down the line, we can do that. But, next week I just want to hang out with my kids. They'll be in town. My grandkids are going to be here, and I'll share moments of that visit with you guys. So anyway, take care, be good, and I'll see you next week. Ciao.